Welcome to North Sun Tabletop Games, and today we're going to be taking a look at Star Wars: The Clone Wars. This is a pandemic system game by Z-Man Games. It's a fun little quick Clone Wars attack game. Slightly quick. I think this is 1 to 5 players. About an hour to play. So let's go ahead and get set up. I got the board out. Now, because the board is so big, we're going to set up a slightly different layout. Normally you put some cards in these different areas, but I'm going to keep them kind of in front of me. Let's go ahead and go through these setup rules. And I think we'll do setup maybe like a round, depending on how long it takes to get set up. And we'll go from there. So first thing, place board and components. We've got our board out. We've got our little bad guy robots here, our blockades. We got our heroes. We're going to be playing with Yoda and Mace. We'll talk about those guys in a bit. Place the markers on the tracks. So at the top of the board, we have our invasion track, and we put a marker there, and then we've got our threat track. That's in the upper left-hand corner. This will move and make more robots go onto these different planets. And when the threat gets down to this Emperor Palpatine head, we will lose the game. Let me see. Yeah, so this is the invasion tracker. And then this is the threat tracker. It starts on 0 and different things can make it move down. All right, then let's see, we're gonna choose the villain. So we are gonna be playing against Asajj Ventress. She's gonna have 3 life. And the villains can come on and off the board. She's a Sith assassin. And the game comes with a special token. So if she's on a mission planet, advance the threat. And again, the threat is what makes us lose. And we'll keep this little token out here as a reminder. We'll set that aside. So we'll go against her. This is the mini for Asajj. And she can be defeated multiple times. And she comes out and goes back onto the board until you do the last mission to win. All right, let's see. Got the villain. Got our cards. We have her villain deck. So for those of you who played Pandemic, kind of like how the diseases go spread through the world, this villain deck will make more threats come out, and it can advance the markers that will make us lose. All right, so we did 1, 2, 3. Next, we're going to invade the planets. Place the 2 mission planet invasion cards face up near the invasion discard. Right, so these are these 2 cards. There's a yellow one and a gray one for the mission planet. We're going to put these right down here in our lane. They're going to be right in front of us. Let's see which one is. I think our lane is number 1 more. Number 1. Okay, perfect. So normally these cards would be at the top of the board, but we're just going to keep them down here in front of us. And next thing that we have to do, and I guess I'll turn it this way. Yep. Move Mace over a little bit. All right, next step. Draw 2 invasion cards and place 3 droids on each of the matching planets. So we'll draw 2 invasion cards. We're going to have Obadiah and Geonosis, and then it has this little diagram, and it shows you on red where the area is going to be on the board, so you don't have to look as hard for the planet. So upper right and upper left, Geonosis and Obadiah. As part of the setup, they're going to get 3 droids each. All right, so let me see. Geonosis gets 3 droids. And Obadiah. So 3 of these little guys go on Geonosis. 3 go on Obadiah. right, so we got 3 there, 3 on Obadiah over there. All right, and then let's see what's the next step. All right, the next step is draw 2 more invasion cards. Place 2 droids on each of the matching planets. All right, so 2 more cards. We got Rishi, which is at the top, and Kamino. Of course, both of these are the farthest away from me as possible, but Rishi and Kamino get 2 droids. So let's get 2 more droids out for Rishi and Kamino. Right. 2 on Rishi. All right. 2 on Kamino. Right there. Okay. Let's take a look at the next step. Draw 2 more invasion cards and place 1 droid on each of the matching planets. Then place the villain miniature on the planet matching the last card drawn. Okay, so 2 more cards, 1 droid and the villain. So we're going to be putting a droid on Tatooine. And then Mandalore is going to have a droid and Ventress. Right, so Tatooine will have 1 droid on the desert planet. And then Mandalore will have 1 droid and our nemesis, Ventress. So far, so good. Halfway through setup. Let's see what's next. Okay. Place the 6 invasion cards face up in the invasion discard pile, which we did. So that's going to be our discard pile. Choose the Jedi. Each player chooses 1 Jedi card and takes the matching Jedi miniature. Shuffle the reference cards and deal 1 to each player. Then the player places their Jedi miniature on the planet, shown on the back of their reference card. All right, so we have got our 2 Jedis here. We are going to go with Yoda. Free action, move another Jedi up to 2 planets. Size is not everything. Smaller in number are we, but larger in mind. That's his quote. Yoda mini right here. Okay. And then we're going to go with Mace Windu. And he is free action. Move up to 3 droids to your planet from connected planets. And I can only have 3 droids on a planet. And of course, he says the party's over. All right, that's the mix. So then we're going to take our reference cards. So the comes with these reference cards. You have, you can do 4 actions on your turn. And you can do those actions any number of times. You can fly, which is to move to a connected planet. Let me see. Sorry about that. Maybe number 3. Yep, okay. So you can fly to move to a connected planet. You can attack, reinforce to draw a squad card, and attempt a mission. So we'll kind of talk through these as we go through it. But for now, we're just going to shuffle these up and randomly give it to a player. Yoda gets 1, Mace gets the other. And let's see. So Yoda's starting planet is going to be on Naboo. So he's going to Naboo. And it just lists the starting planet right there. And then Mace's starting planet is going to be on Coruscant. So he's going to start on Coruscant. It's right down there. So we've chosen our Jedi. We're going to prepare the squad deck. Shuffle the squad deck. Place it face down near the squad deck pile. So this is the squad deck. It's going to have our troopers. It can have vehicles that block damage. It can have troops for stealth and assault. And I believe it's stealth and assault. Let me see if I if I can find the name real quick. Let's see. Fly, reinforce, squad cards, die missions. Yes, assault and stealth. All right, so you have vehicles that block damage. Purple vehicles that block damage. Sorry about that. Purple troopers are stealth. You got special cards. There's a few special cards in here, and then red troopers are assault. And we'll talk through that when we start playing. So we'll put our squad cards out here. All right. Then build the mission deck. So we're going to go with Jedi Knight. So we're going to draw 4 mission cards. And the rest of the missions will get set aside. So beating these missions is how we win the game. So we'll shuffle these mission cards up. And we'll select 4. And we'll just put them face down. So our goal to win is to beat 4 missions and then defeat Ventress. So Ventress is going to have a secret mission on the back of this. And then once we complete all that, if we're able to do that before this threat gets down to 0, then we will win the game. So Jedi Knight, we're going to take 4 missions. We'll sit these up here. And then we'll set the rest aside. And I think we're almost done with setup. Oh, I skipped a step. Since we are playing a 2-player game, each player gets 3 squad cards. So let me give that out. Sorry about that. Skip that step. So 3 squad cards for Mace Windu. And we'll come back down to the dashboard. So he's gonna start with 5s, stealth, cult, assault, and Jesse. So these are the clone troopers in his army. They're gonna add a damage every time we attack a planet. When we attack a planet, we roll this die. If we get these Jedi Force symbols, that's a hit. We take a damage, then we take a damage, you'll lose a soldier. Every time you take a damage, and if there's any robots on the planet after you attack. But we'll get some live play examples so you can see how that works. All right, so Yoda's gonna start off with Boost, Assault Clone Trooper, Razor Stealth Trooper, and he has a Bark Speeder, and this can prevent a damage if we need to use that. Okay, so we've got our forces set up. We're going to draw the starting missions. It says draw the top card of the mission deck and place it face up near the orange mission indicator. Okay. And then we're going to place the indicator on the matching planet. So we have these 2 indicators that are going to tell us where our missions are. And then the missions are up here on the upper right hand corner of the board. So we will grab the 2 missions. Our first mission, so this is going to be the white mission. It is the lost one. And that is going to be at Obadiah. So we'll put this one here. You can use this is how you complete the mission. So you can use any combination of assault, stealth, or flying vehicles. You have to get 7 successes, and you automatically take a damage whenever you try. That's how you beat that mission. Right, so Obadiah. Then we'll go ahead and put marker. So this white token will show us where that mission is on the board. That is up there on the planet that's filled with droids. And our second mission, the Mandalore plot. It is on Mandalore. You can only use assault and stealth. You need 7 successes. and you will automatically take a damage when you attempt that mission. So Mandalore and Obadiah. And then we'll go ahead and put this token on Mandalore. So that is with Asajj. And then we have to remember, if Asajj goes and she's on a mission planet, then this threat will move. So it's actually this threat up here in the corner will move since she's on that mission planet. So that's a bad start for us. All right. Okay, next up, it says first turn. The player with the high ground takes the first turn, and that player takes the die. So I think we are all set up. We'll go ahead and talk through a turn, and then I think that'll be good for today, for the first part of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So who do you want to have the high ground? I don't know. Mace is taller, so we'll give Mace the high ground. So we'll go ahead and put this little first player token on Mace, and then we'll try to go through a turn and see how things go. All right, so let's see, which one do I want to do? Do I want? No, I think I want 3. Okay, there we go. All right, so on your turn, the first thing you would do is ready your cards. So whenever you use these guys to attack, you tap them. You tap your cards and turn them sideways. So the first thing we would do is ready the cards. They're already ready because we haven't gone yet. And then we can do 4 actions. So I think we want to try to do 3 damage and get rid of Ventress and the robot. Now we could reinforce and draw another squad card. You can move 1 planet per action. So I think if I don't do that, I can move 1, use my free action to pull the droid down, or I can move 1, 2, and then I would have 2 actions to attack. I think let's do that. All right, so Mace is going to move first action, second action. It's going to get right up there with those 2. And then for his third action, he is going to attack. So in order to defeat Asajj Ventress, I have to do 3 damage in 1 hit. There's no calculating wounds. And when you attack, you have to choose whether you're going to use assault or stealth. On the missions, it's different. The missions, you can use combinations of both. But for regular play, you have to pick. So we're going to go with assault. We're going to use these 2 troopers, and then we're going to roll our attack die and see if we can get 3 successes. All right, here we go. These 2 guys, Colt and Jesse, going up Ventress against Ventress and the Federation droids. Oh my gosh, that's the worst possible thing I could have got. Okay, so I got 2, only 2. So these guys are exhausted now. The only thing I can do is defeat the droid. So I'll take the droid out. Ventress is alive, so I have to take a damage. I don't have anything to block, so unfortunately, Jesse goes down in the fight. Now I have 1 more action left. There's no penalty for moving, so there's no like attack of opportunity or anything like that. I can move out of that space so that I don't get attacked again, or I could try to hit her using stealth. So I would need 3. I would have to roll. There's decent distribution, but it doesn't look like the odds are in my favor. So I think Mace is going to use his last action and he's going to move to Onderon. All right, so not a great turn. Not a great turn for him. So next up, let's see what we're going to do. So we lost a trooper. Activate the villain. So next we activate the villain. So we're going to draw a villain card. We have her little villain card stack over here. We'll pull this up and see what it says. It says Stalk. If Ventress is on the board, which she is, move her one planet toward the closest mission. So she is already there. If she were off the board, she would come back. So if he had beat her, she would have came back and went to whatever the planet was that was in the discard pile. Right, so for now, she's at Mandalore. Again, she has this special ability. If she's on a mission planet, advance the threat. Which is bad for us. Unfortunately, we are already advancing the threat on the very first turn of the first game. So it goes from 0 to 1. If it gets down here, we lose. Game over. The Separatists have won. The next step we do is invade the planets. So when we're doing an invasion, we're going to take a look up here at our invasion marker. So right now it's on 2. So that means that we are going to pull 2 planets from our stack. And then we will add a droid to each planet. If there's ever 3 droids on a planet and we need to add another one, we add a blockade. So droids take 1 damage to defeat. Blockades take 2 damage. Whenever a blockade is added to a planet, that threat that we were talking about earlier, that threat goes up by 1. So getting these also takes you closer to losing. But the Force is with us. It's going to be fine. Everything's fine. All right. So let's go ahead and pull our first card for the invasion. It is Lola Sayu. So we'll get some droids out there. And then our next one is Onderon. Right where Mace is. Okay. So that is the end of Mace's turn. So then we would come over to Yoda. And I guess I can show that real quick. So we put a droid on Onderon and a droid on Lola Sayu. This guy's got crumpled a little bit. Okay, then we go over to Yoda's turn. So again, first thing Yoda would do is ready cards, but since the cards are already ready, since it's his first activation, he doesn't need to ready these cards. His free action is move another Jedi up to 2 planets, so he can move Mace 2 planets if he wanted to. Right now, Yoda is in Naboo. You can have 7 cards at most at any given time. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can't get over there very easily at all, which would mean that threat marker is going to move again. Let's see. Let's see. This has got to be the first round, the worst round 1 ever. Let's have Yoda reinforce. So he's going to draw a squad card for his first action. He gets hard case, an assault trooper. I think we'll have him reinforce again for his second action. He's going to get Comet. Okay, and then we will have him move for his third action. And then do we want to reinforce or move again? I think we will. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 5 cards. He'll reinforce again for his last action. And he gets Commander Pons. Okay, so Yoda, he reinforced 3 times. He got hard case, Comet, and pawns. And that will conclude his action. So then we're going to go to the villain phase again. We're going to activate the villain. So we'll pull Ventress's card. She gets Assassin. She's on the board. Roll the die, move Ventress 1 planet per hit towards the closest mission. So we would roll the die. Technically roll the die. She's already on the mission. She would move 1, and that would put her on the mission planet, which she is already there. And that means the threat moves by 1 again. It goes to 2. This might be a short playthrough. And any Jedi on her planet or a connected planet suffers 1 damage. And Mace, unfortunately, is on a connected planet. He's going to take 1 damage from the assassin. And we will have him lose Colt. So Ventress has taken out Jesse and Colt. That will end Yoda's turn. Okay. And I think that's good for the first round. We'll go ahead and stop here. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching, and we will pick up later. So stay tuned for the next episode when we try to turn our fate around and hopefully strike back, because this is not going well. All right, thanks, folks. Have a good day.